Welcome back to Chakra Free Radio. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about billionaires. Now, they get a lot of attention in the media, a lot of discussion around their lavish lifestyles, their private jets, the yachts down in St. Bart's. It looks like a lot of fun, looks like it's a glamorous existence. But in this episode, we're going to discuss whether the reality lives up to the glamour. Mm-hmm. And whether there's maybe more of a kind of creation in our mind than what the truth of the situation is. Now, it is an interesting time right now as regards to wealth, extreme wealth. We see a lot of people upset with the disparities in both this country and around the world. So it's I think it's a topic that's out there in a lot of people's minds, and we want to maybe bring some different perspectives on this topic. So first off, I will say I've had a lot of experience with billionaires during my time in finance. I met a lot of them, had a lot of personal experience with them, perhaps not super deep experiences, but you get to be around them. I have a lot of opinions on this topic. So I want to start, Ray, man, what's your thought on the billionaire class?
I think, obviously I don't have like lots of money, right? So like it's easy for me to be like, I think they should give back some of their wealth. I mean, that's probably like the only thing that I would say. Like, I think, when do you say enough is enough?
Yeah.
In terms of wealth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I guess like if you like disperse some of that money off to like other U.S. citizens, then I guess everybody's on the same playing field. And I don't think they don't want that.
Yeah. Well, and it's also, what happens is that you say, you know what, I have X amount of money now.
Yeah. And
if I make another investment, I'll have like 3X more money.
Yeah.
And then I can do even more. Right. And then you get to the 3X and you say, you know what, if I try a little harder, I'll get to 30X. And then I can do even more.
You can already do a lot with 1 billion.
Yes, I agree.
You can do anything you want in the world with 1 billion. You can do anything in the world you want probably with 500 million.
Yeah. Well, not everything in the world, but you could do a lot.
What do you mean?
Listen,
you can buy islands with 500 million.
Yeah, but maybe it's not a glamorous island, I'm just saying, listen, I've been around. It's like, it just keeps going. Like I think I understand your perspective. I'm just saying that once you're in that seat, you say, I'm worth 1 billion. That's not that special. I want to be worth 10. And I want to own a sports team.
Yeah.
It does tend to keep going.
Clear, like if I had 10 billion, I would want to own a sports team too.
You would?
Yes, I really would. I really would want to own a sports team.
Yeah, we're going to come back to that topic in a little bit. So first, just some stats here. We have multiple sources, including Forbes magazine and the investment bank UBS. So they estimate, Ray, how many billionaires on a global basis do you think there are?
150?
No, there's 3,000 on a global basis. And I actually,
Did it tell you how many in the United States?
I don't know the number off the top of my head. I think it's probably maybe like a third of it.
Okay.
And I will say, I think that number is way too low. I think the real number is more like 3 or 4 times that. Because I think there's a lot of
globally.
People, yeah, I think there's a lot of people with a lot of money that we don't know about, and it's kind of kept off the books.
Okay, I can see that.
So
you think there's one in every country?
Probably not every country, but I think there's, just think about like how many billionaires in the criminal underworld are there, right? Who are not going to be reporting their number in Forbes, right?
People be thinking that the underworld is like not real.
Yeah. Yeah.
The black market.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot more ultra wealthy people out there than the numbers would suggest on a stated basis.
I mean, but like underworld is not the reason why they probably haven't came to light, because their stuff is probably not legit.
Yeah. You can't run it through the banking system.
Yeah.
Not easily, but yeah. Anyways, the point I want to make is whatever the stated numbers are out there, I think the real number is a lot higher than that.
Okay.
We talk about this glamorization of the billionaire lifestyle, but what we want to talk about now is how the life of a billionaire, while it may look radically different than yours, it's really just a matter of degrees. Like a lot of the basic functions of a human being are not that different, whether you're worth zero or whether you're worth $1 billion.
I mean, yeah, but
No, yeah. I want your thoughts on that statement.
I mean, they probably just, I don't know, worked harder. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not saying,
Yeah.
I think, in a lot of cases, sometimes it's inherited, but most people have to work.
Sometimes it's daddy's or mommy's money. Or
Yeah, but most people have to work really hard to get their money. Okay. But let's
like Mark Cuban, didn't he sell a company like a couple times?
Yeah. He started, it was back in the late 90s. He started broadcast.com and then sold it to Yahoo.
Yeah.
And then turned that money into the Mavericks.
But he's like a regular billionaire to me.
Why?
Like he's not like a super asshole. Like he might have asshole tendencies, but like he doesn't display them that much on camera.
Yeah.
He has pretty good like points of views on life and stuff. Like he's not like totally like out the wazoo. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. I think he said some off the reservation.
I feel like when you're eventually you're gonna slip up. Like you know what I mean? Like eventually, but. In terms of like, I think he's a pretty decent human being. Yeah. Like if we're doing like a 100 scale, I think he has like a good 30% decency inside of him.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
A lot of people don't even have 5.
Yeah.
Like Elon. No, I'm just playing.
You said it, man, not me.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's look at this, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. 7 to 8 hours a day. Every human being, what are they doing? Sleeping, right? Now, maybe the billionaire's got a better bed, but I mean, you're talking about a third of the day where basically a billionaire and a pauper are essentially equalized.
Okay.
Right? So already like a third of the day, it's like basically, agree or disagree?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like when you're that rich, you don't really like, they don't sleep that well.
Yes, yeah. No, this is actually an interesting point.
They usually say that though.
Yeah. So
like, they usually say like they maybe 3-4 hours.
Right, because they're so worried about the business empires and making more. Right. So this is an interesting point where being a billionaire, that 8 hours of sleep might actually be worse than somebody who's worthless.
Yeah.
Monetarily worthless. So it's an interesting point. Heavy lies the crown, right? Mm-hmm. So you got all these mental burdens that you got to deal with. So now you're 8 hours a day, which is supposed to be rest. Maybe as a billionaire, it's actually harder to get rest in that 8 hours than it is for somebody who's just leading a normal life.
Yeah.
Interesting question. So it's possible that a third of their day is actually significantly worse than a regular person's.
I can see that.
Now, we don't know. It's individual basis, right? Okay. So next up, 2 to 3 hours a day spent
working out?
No, eating meals.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about that, right?
2 to 3 hours. What are you talking about?
You eat faster than that, or
you take 2 hours eating
total? 3 meals?
I mean, I don't eat like 2 meals. I know I'm fat, but I don't eat 2 meals.
Okay, let's say at least an hour and a half then.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now, there's a big industry out there around, gourmet foods, luxury foods.
With them, they probably have a private chef.
Chef, yeah.
So like, they're not there for the whole cooking process.
Right.
They're there. They just pull up and they eat. You know what I mean? They're probably like maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
If they're eating at home.
So listen, maybe they're having a great experience. Mm-hmm. When I was working in finance, I ate at a lot of nice restaurants.
Yeah.
Again, this is personal opinion. For me, the vast majority of those meals, if you gave me that meal against a really, really good slice of pizza, I would take the pizza.
Yeah.
Like it's just a more satisfying experience. Now, you have this mental image in your head. Oh, I'm this is a $300 sushi meal, or it's like $1,000, whatever it is. Is the experience actually that great, or is it just because you've built it up in your head? You know what I mean?
Like the fine dining aspect?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's trash, but that's just me. Like those micro plates.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you're not gonna give me that, buddy.
Right.
If I'm gonna eat that, I'd rather just stay at home and eat a salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just basically the same thing.
Yeah.
But like, if I had the money, would I spend 500 to 1,000 on a steak? Maybe.
Yeah.
But it gotta make me, like, it gotta like wow me or something.
Yeah.
I never got the whole stigma with those little tiny small, like, they look amazing, but like, dude, they're like that big. What are we doing with that?
You're supposed to savor every bite, right? So when you know each bite's costing you $50 or $100, maybe you take it more seriously.
How'd you feel while doing those?
That it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I would rather have the slice of pizza, save the money, and just give it to some random person on the street. Or they'll do something useful with it for me. But there's other people out there where they'd have a very different opinion, and that's fine. But
yeah,
I just don't need it.
Like did you ever have to do like work, like taking a client out and fancy them or whatever?
Not that often, but yeah, there were other interactions where it wasn't necessarily that relationship. But there's entertainment. And
did you ever get any like substance from any of them?
From the meal itself, or
no, from the actual like
the interactions? Or?
From the person.
Yeah. I think if you're in a relaxed setting and you have a nice conversation, I think it can be productive.
I'm like, all right, bro. Strip down your whole, like, you know what I mean? Like, take the macho-ness out. Like, let's get to the real you. You know what I mean?
That doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't.
No. You're focused on business topics.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's not fun.
We're not talking about the nature of reality at a business.
That's not fun. I want to know people's hearts and intentions.
That's generally low on the list of priorities in those settings.
They just care about who, like, what are you gonna do with this amount of money to make it go this, right?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. Then we look at the other aspects of life that are common. Whether you're a billionaire or whether you're just working a normal job. You've got family issues.
Mm-hmm.
You got to worry about your kids. Well, are they developing? And in some ways, I think it's harder as a billionaire to let your kids develop because there's a lot of opportunity for them to grow up and have a sense of entitlement or be spoiled. A lot easier to develop a drug problem when your parents are billionaires.
You get the I'm not worthy complex, maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not worthy of their time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, listen, maybe the upshot is if you're really rich, you can go, cut a check to a university and make sure your kid gets into the school that you want them to get into. But, it may not on average, like a lot of these problems that we face as regular people become magnified if you're ultra wealthy.
Yeah. Like that's fire to think about, right? If I had the money, like I could just cut a check right to my kid always wanted to go to like UCLA. Right. But like, what's the fun in that? You know what I mean? Like the whole fun, not fun, right? But like the whole
sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, is to you getting there on your own and you going the whole full 5 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And you graduating with a degree and you doing it on your own or whatever.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, there's an interesting question around, does a lot of wealth give you freedom?
Yeah.
You think it does?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it can in theory. In practice, I think a lot of times it doesn't. Because what happens is you start building up an empire.
Yeah.
Right. It's not one house, it's 6 houses. Okay. It's not a little boat, it's yachts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's private jets. Okay. Now to manage all that, you need tax advisors, accountants, business advisors, probably a mental health advisor.
Mm-hmm.
So now all of a sudden, your existence is kind of the opposite of freedom, right? Now you're tied down by all this stuff, and you have a whole army of people you need in order to maintain the empire, right? So is that person free? Now maybe they think they are. I would argue that they're not.
I mean, in that aspect, then no. But like, how I view freedom would be like, and this is so like, again, I'm a very morbid person, right? You ever watch Paradise? It's a show.
No.
Right? The show is the premise about like if the world ended, only 60,000 people, and they built a whole society underneath like a mountain or something.
Yeah.
It was like only the rich and wealthy
Yeah.
can afford that, right?
Right.
So like all the regular people just gonna die up here,
Right.
right? But I mean, when I think about that, I'd be like, all those people that have that money can probably go down there or whatever. They can go in space, whatever.
Yeah.
All us regular people are probably gonna die.
Yeah.
That's how I look at freedom in terms of like the money aspect, right?
Yeah.
They could pay to do whatever they want, basically.
Right.
You know what I mean? They could pay an officer off, pay a lawsuit off.
Yeah.
That's gonna like detriment, like really like mess up their character or
Yeah.
business or something like that.
Yeah. So your net view is you think a billionaire does have more freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not so sure. I think they could have more freedom. I think in practice they don't. Because you can just, I mean, you want to go on vacation. What do you need, right? You just go.
I mean, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they don't really got to save. They can just go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But they're always going to be worrying about the business.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's that. And that'd be the point. It's like, are you really
I think we're
on
talking about two
vacation?
different freedoms here.
Yeah.
I think yours is more like day-to-day aspect, and mine is like worldly aspect of something ever happened catastrophically to the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, but for those people to live in their paradise underground, they need regular folk to do the jobs that they don't know how to do.
True, I think there was only like 500 that made it down there. Got a couple bartenders down there.
Yeah. So now we want to come back to this question around the sports team, which seems to be like the number one prize for somebody who's a billionaire these days is to buy a major sports franchise. So this is my question to you. Is it more enjoyable to be the owner of a sports team or to be a fan?
I'd probably want to be the owner.
Right.
That's just me. Right. So I think most owners probably never played sports.
Yeah.
Right. So they're probably looking at things like, they're not looking at the player like looking to see if he has the tools to help their organization. They're just trying to throw money. Right.
Yeah.
I've played sports. I feel like I have a good eye. I'm like, oh, that person is like pretty decent. Like I think they'd be a good fit for this team, right? But that's just me. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'd want to be an owner. I'd be a crooked owner too.
What do you mean?
Steve Ballmer, I know what you're doing. I'd be paying Kawhi off the books too. I would have paid LeBron though.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah. And see, I'm going to take the opposite side. I would rather be a fan. Yeah. And I'll tell you why. It's because, first of all, statistically, okay, you're the owner of the team. Mm-hmm. Okay. Outside of very rare circumstances, you may be the owner and you may die before your team ever wins the championship.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So,
but at least the team's in my name, though. That passes down.
Yeah. That's
hopefully my uncle or somebody, my cousins, somebody take it over and win.
No, I understand. But I guess my point would be that if I'm a fan and the team is having a crummy season, I just got to turn off the TV, right? If I'm the owner, I got to deal with that. Every single day I got to wake up and have people hating me, because I'm a crummy owner and the team stinks. Like you don't get to just exit. Like you got to sit there and deal with the problem.
Yeah.
Like it becomes like it's a job.
Yeah.
Now it's a glamorous job in theory, but
all right. I'll broaden it, right? I'd rather be an owner of a baseball team because I feel like I would have my hands on more with baseball, right?
Right.
I feel like I would be in it more.
Yeah.
With football and basketball, yeah, I played those, but like I feel like I'll be delegating more in those two sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like baseball, like I love it down to the T. So like I would be in AAA and AA, and I'd probably get rid of the general manager too. I'd fuck a team up, man. I would. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That would just be me. At first, I'd try to see if I could fix it on my own.
Right.
And then if I can't, then I'd bring other people in.
Right.
But that's just me.
Yeah. So yeah, I just want to talk about one particular owner.
Mm-hmm.
The owner of the Carolina Panthers, David Tepper.
Yeah.
Who's an amazing stock investor, has made a ton of, I mean, he's worth, whatever, 20, 30 billion dollars. Brilliant guy.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's an interesting case where he has the kind of money where he could do anything he wanted. Okay. And he bought the Carolina Panthers. And he's in his 60s. Okay? Now the team's gotten a little bit better, but there's a realistic chance that he is going to pass away before they ever win a Super Bowl, right? Now, it's what I find, it's such a strange circumstance where, the guy's worth, 20 or 30 billion dollars. He owns an NFL team. Like you'd think that he'd be enjoying life, right?
Yeah.
You think so? Or
I would hope so.
I would hope so too, right? But last season for the Panthers, which was a bad season, it got better this year, but they were terrible in 2024. Okay. At the end of the season, there was an incident in the Panther Stadium where David Tepper got into an argument with a fan and threw a beer at a fan in the stands, right?
I would too. Fans be disrespectful, bro.
Yeah. It's true, right?
Yeah.
But it's an interesting question, right? You're worth, ungodly amounts of money. You have this professional team, which is supposed to be bringing you happiness. And yet here you are in the stands throwing a beer at some random person.
But you got to look at it from this aspect, right? You come into my building and you saying crazy things to me.
Right.
Come on, man. That's like me going into your house and like throwing water at you every single day.
Okay, agreed. Okay, but my question is the money and owning the sports team making him happy?
Oh, but I mean, losing doesn't make anybody happy,
right,
right. I mean, he's always gonna have the money though, but like I'm pretty sure they don't want to lose.
Right. And I'm just saying.
I think all that the losing people. There probably wasn't just only that one fan.
Yeah,
probably thousands of fans telling you suck as a owner. You should sell the team.
Right.
And he just slipped up.
Right. But I'm just saying, okay, this guy, he's worth so much money. You think that he could actually just enjoy himself in his later years.
Oh yeah.
Right. And now he's got to field a winning team before he dies. And this is there's no leisure now. He's just gonna obsess over this team until the day he dies. You know?
I mean, I feel like if I get to that point where I'm throwing stuff at fans, I'm probably gonna sell the team.
Right.
Yeah. It's time for me to go. It's time for me to go and enjoy retirement, enjoy the money.
Yeah. I don't know.
Go to St. Bart's.
Yeah. So anyways, it's an interesting question because it feels like now every billionaire, this is like the new status symbol. It's not enough to be a billionaire. You got to own a major sports team. And is it as, I don't know. I wouldn't want the hassle personally.
You wouldn't want to fix the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No, let somebody else do it.
No?
Yeah. There's no shortage of other people interested. So they can have at it, man.
You don't want to fix the black and gold?
No. There's plenty of people out there with opinions on how to fix it. I don't have an opinion. So,
Yeah. I know one team I'd fix. The Red Sox. Get everybody out of there.
So we're going to turn to one more of the kind of the assumed status symbols of being a billionaire, which is the private jet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen, if people are out there flying commercial, it's a hassle to go through the airport, go through security and all that stuff, right? And it looks really awesome to be on a private jet, have the place to yourself and bring your friends and, do whatever, right? But there's an interesting aspect to owning a private jet, which is that flying on a private jet is significantly more dangerous than flying commercial. And depending on which source you're using for the analysis and how you cut the numbers, the chance of an accident on a private jet is anywhere from 3 to 5 times higher than it is on commercial.
Is it because they're smaller?
Smaller, less training for the pilots, less maintenance routines, So again, this is something where it looks super glamorous, like, oh, they've got their own private jet. Now, there's a lot of people out there who were scared getting on a plane. And what if you told them, hey, this private jet, your odds of having an accident are 3 to 5 times higher than flying on a commercial airline?
I already get nervous on a plane. I could never do a private.
Right.
Unless it's Drake's. No, he has like a real plane.
Right.
He has like a real Boeing. So like, I'd trust his over them small jets.
Yeah. I don't know if the statistics are all that different, but at least then you'd have the experience of being on the plane with Drake. Which maybe is enough to offset the accident.
No, I'm just saying he has like a real plane. You know what I mean? Like a real Boeing, whatever that plane is. Like it's not like a jet.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
So anyways, anyone out there who, wishes they had a private jet, it's just something to think about. 3 to 5 times higher likelihood of an accident in that private jet. So
you better off driving.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that though. That was a good one.
Yeah. Again, these are things people don't think about.
Yeah, and you're paying like 35, 40K to probably get on a jet too.
Yeah. It's a lot of money. Yeah. So something to think about. Now, I think maybe the most difficult aspect of being a billionaire, I think it's something that is not discussed very often. Okay? But to me, it'd be one of the most horrific aspects of it, which is that when you're ultra wealthy and people know that you're ultra wealthy, okay, the problem is that you can't really trust people anymore, because you don't know whether they're interested in you because of you or because of the money. Right?
You don't know their intentions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, your friends, relatives, even the person you date or you marry, it's like now you need a prenup agreement, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, a lot of them will, right? I mean,
really?
Yeah. Apparently, Brooklyn Beckham had to sign a prenup.
Isn't a prenup saying that like you leave with what you brung?
They'll predefine all like what happens after if the marriage ends, right? But again, think about this, right? It's like you say, in most marriage ceremonies, there's something about have and hold, through life, right? Even before you say all that, you have an agreement in place just in case it doesn't work out. I
mean, I'd want that. Yeah.
Hey, right.
Yeah, I'd want that too. You're not taking half of what I built.
Right. Yeah. So now it's like, okay, there's this sacred thing. You want to find a life partner.
Yeah.
The fear and paranoia bleeds into it.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Right.
Honestly, if I was a billionaire, I'd probably be single. Unless the person
knew you from before.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Then you seen the glow up.
Yeah.
But like all those people, they're not in it for like actual. Well, who knows actually? But like, I would have constant paranoia.
Yeah, and I think maybe to me one of the more disturbing aspects of all this is that I think there's a point at which, if you're really wealthy, the people around you want you dead.
I can see that.
Because they want you dead and out of the way so that they can do smarter things with the money than you are.
They inherit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and they got a bunch of yes men.
Yeah.
They don't really have people that say no to them.
Right.
So
right. And so now, okay, we it's like, let's say, you want to start moving towards the truth with a capital T, right? And you're surrounded by people who just tell you what you want to hear. So again, it looks really glamorous. From another perspective, it's actually a pretty hellish existence, right? Like you have to be worried all the time unless you're a very, very balanced person, which most people, generally you don't become a billionaire by being a balanced person. Yeah. Like it's not a joke. Yeah. It can really, really mess you up. I think this is the aspect that people don't really talk about.
Well, in sports though, right? Say if I was a billionaire in sports.
Like LeBron.
No. Say I was an owner, right?
Okay,
to get rid of those yes men, right?
Yeah.
You know what I would do? Like say I owned the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2005. To get rid of all the yes men, I'd be like, all right, guys, my first point of business, I'm trading LeBron James. And anybody in here that said yes, I'm removing them as my friend because there's no way in hell you think I should trade LeBron James.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. All right, get out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, but now you got to worry about, are you surrounded by a bunch of yes men?
Yeah,
Is that a pleasant experience?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. See how it worked out for Kanye.
Yes. Yeah.
Nobody ever tells him.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's life for them.
Yeah. So
I feel like if you had $1 billion, you would have given that away already.
If I did, or
yeah,
I don't know. I think. I mean, I would like to think so, but I think I've seen it. It's so easy to talk yourself into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I could give $1 billion away, or I can make some investments, and if I'm patient, in 10 years' time, I'll have $10 billion to give away. Then I can give a lot more.
I mean, but I feel like you do it for the greater good.
Maybe. Yeah, I would like to think so, but it's a very, very tough thing, man.
Yeah,
it really is, because you start talking yourself into things which sound very, very noble, but in reality are very ego based. It's a tough thing.
You work in finance, but like when you see those numbers go up, is it like? Does it get like your blood flowing? Like, oh yeah, I gotta get more. Like whenever you dipped into it.
I think everyone's different, but I think for a lot of people, it's if I'd only done X or Y, I would have even more.
Yeah,
I think it's very, very. I think this is the thing I want to convey is that to get lasting satisfaction out of money is a very, very hard thing.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of things that go wrong when you got a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just to be clear, never anywhere close to billionaire status at all, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
And it causes a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And this is now maybe worth, just turning to the spiritual aspects of this, which is essentially every major spiritual tradition carries extreme warnings about, wealth and the constant effort to acquire it. And I think it's just worth maybe thinking about, is it possible, again, nearly every spiritual tradition is telling us that we need to look within for the real answers to life, right? Is it possible for somebody who's obsessed with external wealth to really look within?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think it's 99.9% of the time.
I'm trying to think about people that like have a lot of money.
Yeah. And it's not that they're bad people, right?
Yeah. I mean, LeBron not bad.
And he gives a lot in charitable causes.
He got a school.
Yeah. But is he sitting down and looking at his inner consciousness, or is it constant focus on the next career step, the next investment, the next, even, there's benefit to it, but even the next charitable project? These are all external things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think LeBron, different case.
Yeah.
He grew up poor.
Yes.
I think most of those guys grew up poor, but like he, like he knows.
Yeah, and there's an appreciation for the need to give back.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's based on base casic. I think the people who inherit the money, I think they're long gone sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like rare cases. Obviously, we don't know everybody in the world. We don't know everybody's circumstances, so can't really speak on them. But like the ones we do know, I don't know. I think it's hard.
Yeah,
it's a hard thing to judge. Again, it's hard for me to judge because I don't got money like that. So like, who am I to judge them for doing? You know what I mean? For attaining all that wealth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And again, oft repeated theme on this show, but when the end comes, you're not a billionaire anymore.
It's almost in like every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, but it's for real though. It's like you got to think about those things. Like
yeah. And I would say in some ways that's the last thing a billionaire wants to think about, is because
death.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, I have an amazing life, and now at some point I'm going to lose all this.
Like 50 said, death got to be easy because life is hard. But I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, in the end, whatever you have in your bank account, that 401k, the Roth IRA, like nothing, you can't take none of it with you.
Yeah, it goes to someone else.
This is not Egyptian. Like what they used to do back in Egypt, bro, when they buried
with everything.
yeah, they buried your gold with you, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you're gonna take it in the afterlife with you. Like, no, that's literally not happening with us. So I mean, it goes off to your offspring or it goes off to your family, or in some cases, if it doesn't do that, where does it go?
Charities.
Charities?
Yeah, I mean, which maybe there's some good that comes out of it, but it ain't coming with you. That's for sure.
Oh, this is a good thing, right? You know, what's her name? What's that couple? Oh, the Amazon guy.
Oh,
his ex-wife.
Yeah.
And
Kenzie Scott, yeah.
She, whatever she got from that settlement from their divorce, she's giving it back to HBCUs.
Yeah, she's giving away a lot of money.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That, like, it's like, why wouldn't you, like, want to, like, help? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think some of those guys, when you get, I don't really know how their numbers, but the Amazon guy, isn't he, like, over 100 billion?
Yeah, I don't know the number. I mean,
it's like, bro, just give some of it away.
Yeah, and I think they are.
Yeah,
you know, some of them are. A lot of them are. You know, but
yeah, make Amazon like 12-hour shipping.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm joking.
So I just want to, you know, this is a little bit of a different angle on it, but I just want to.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting question to you. When you were growing up with your peers, other kids, who did you regard as like the luckiest kids or the wealthiest kids? And I'll answer for myself. When I was young, I was like, it was the kid with the best baseball card collection.
I mean, the kid that had the house with the, you know, like those houses, like, you know, the Home Alone houses.
Yeah.
Or like the Disney Channel, like those movies, and they had the 2-parent household.
Right.
That's what I thought was rich back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I've always lived in apartments.
Right.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just me. That's me and my family.
Yeah.
And I have one mom and no dad, so.
Right.
That's what I looked at as it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said, what was yours?
I was most jealous of the kids with like the nice baseball card collection.
Baseball
card. Or the parents bought them whatever toy they wanted, right? Now, it's like now as an adult, I'm like, that means nothing to me. Like, I just don't care.
See.
Right? And I get where I'm going with this is, okay, now a lot of us out there, and myself included at some points in my life, thought there was like nothing better than being a billionaire, right?
Yeah.
Is it possible that there's a phase of existence where after we're done with this life, you look back and you say, you know what, that was about as stupid as thinking that like a kid's baseball card collection was super important, you know?
Is it possible for them to think that?
Is it possible for us at some point in our conscious development to have that moment where it's like, you know what, maybe the billions of dollars was actually like a totally meaningless thing that only had value because I believed it had value.
Like, are they thinking that?
I'm saying, is it possible for that for us?
Like me and you.
Yeah.
Thinking that.
Or anybody out there. I guess
we're different, though.
Yeah. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's points in our lives where we think something is super valuable and super important. And then 20, 30 years later, it's like, that was a really stupid thought.
Yeah.
Right.
Like winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like winning the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you're spoiled as a Pats fan. So.
No, but I'm just saying though, like in reality, like who cares?
Right.
You know?
Right. But at the time, you know, so I guess I'm asking.
You know what's crazy? Like, not to cut you off, sorry. Whenever I was watching, I know this is totally off script, right? But like whenever we were done winning a championship,
right,
10 minutes later, you're like, okay, well, you know, it's over. I'm going to sleep now.
Was it that fast?
Yeah. Or like, I mean, I'm pretty sure in my younger years, like I was out or whatever, but it's like in 2018, right, when we came back against the Falcons, right? I was amp all game. Well, I was pretty depressed for the first half.
Yeah.
But the second half, I was amp, right? Like, oh my God, I watched it over for like 10 minutes when James White finally crossed, you know, in overtime. And then that was really it.
Right.
I'm like, damn, all that screaming.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes.
Right. Now, this is my question. Okay. Now, there's a lot of us out there sitting there obsessed over, I would like to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
Is it possible that all of us at some point reach a point in our consciousness where we're just like,
that was pointless?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah, me too. I hope so.
Yeah.
You know, I think it'd be a better world, more interesting world.
I think a lot of people have these thoughts. They just don't. They don't keep feeding They don't keep feeding the thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Until like, something catastrophic happens, or
Yeah.
or maybe until you're dead and your conscience starts actually realizing, like, oh, that was actually pointless.
All right. Well, so for our donation today, it's going to be a donation to the World Central Kitchen, which is an organization that was started by world famous chef Jose Andre.
Okay.
They do a lot of work delivering meals to vulnerable populations across the world. So hopefully, there's some good that comes out of that.
That's dope.
So yeah, I don't know, Ray, anything else in this topic, or are you ready for our minute of silence?
I think we're ready for the minute, man. I think we gave
yeah.
we gave all our billionaire talk.
Yeah, I agreed.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You sat through that one. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got our quotable.
No. It's the one basically said earlier. So you're entitled to the work, not the results.
Yeah. So this is a key philosophical argument within the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
So it's an important thing, I think we all have the right to the work, but doesn't mean that there's always going to be the outcome you want from it. But.
And then if you don't get the right outcome, are you gonna stop working hard for it?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Yeah. Take that tea with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, hopefully, for our audience out there, hopefully you got something useful. Maybe being a billionaire is not as great as it, looks. So I don't know.
Go Pats.
Yeah. Yeah. Until next time, this is Chakra Free Radio signing off.